Okay, so I was going to say, so the After is completely different than your movies. This is a series, 8 episodes so far?
8 40-minute on the average episodes.
Okay.
30 to 40, depending on the episode. Like the real deal. Mm-hmm. So the stuff we grew up watching, like that, like the...
I grew up watching Bewitched.
Oh, well, okay, then she's going back to the episodic.
Leave
like
it to
Gilligan's
Beaver.
Island.
Leave it to Beaver, and
I've seen those too.
Yeah,
but I like
seen them. Oh God,
I have. I've watched a lot of that stuff. But yeah, that's TV is something that people love to get invested in characters. Mm-hmm. And I will say this about the faith-based community. And I don't mean this in a mean way. I'm nobody. I don't even know if nobody knows if their stuff's going to work. But I know that a lot of people don't, in the faith-based side, they're not doing what, how do I say this? They're not doing the same kind of story, plot, idea. They're not doing what Hollywood does. And I'm not saying do what Hollywood does. What I mean is like, they know how to tell a story. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean like there's a lot of garbage today, but I mean, if you're going back, like I watched stuff like 24, I watched Lost, I watched Prison Break. Mm-hmm. I'm all over the board. I've watched things. When Calls the Heart. Mm-hmm. I watched. They know how to tell story and keep you there, and the mystery and the drama. They just know classic storytelling, and we've lost that art today.
We have.
And so it's not just faith-based artists, but what I've seen in the faith-based, I'm like, how come we're not doing that? Like, guys, I feel like there's space there. Maybe it's budget, maybe it's money, I don't know. But I feel like somebody needs to do it, and I think, man, maybe it's me. I'll try something. Maybe I'll fail, but I'll try. But that's where my heart's at.
All right, so what's the difference, or is there a difference, between making a movie and doing a series?
Longer.
Fair enough.
You got to be more planned.
Okay. I would think there's a lot of coming and going of
I will
actors
say
and
this,
stuff in a rotation that's...
The Bible talks about sharpening your axe, keeping it sharp. Mm-hmm. And I think that's Ecclesiastes. But sharpening your axe, staying sharp. This is where I go back to the one thing I brought up earlier, and this is huge. Learn something. I don't know it all, but I'm saying 30,000 hours, you got to know something. 30,000 hours of doing this thing.
That's a lot.
So 6 movies up to this point, I knew I was ready to make it. I could do it. A couple movies back, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if I would be able to handle it. I may have had the confidence, but maybe I wouldn't have, because with every film that I do, I learn something. I'm like, I could do that better next time. I can do that better next time. And sometimes you don't always, forget the word sometimes, you never, I don't care if you're on a studio, they'll tell you the same thing. But you never, what am I trying, I like that. You don't, it's never perfect, that's what I'm trying to say. There's always a mistake. And sometimes you don't have enough time. And you don't have enough money or resources. Yeah. And you have to get things done. I understand that. But you definitely learn, oh, you know what? This will save time. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to make a little joke here. How many of you still have these?
We do.
I'm not saying this to be an arrogant guy. I'm just being serious here. Did you know you probably don't need those anymore? The software sync up your sound like in a heartbeat. But we still use them. I was on a Hollywood set last year. I went down to Birmingham.
I was on one last week.
And they're using them. So
they still have them.
Why did I say that? I'm just saying, like, along the line, I went, that'll save me time. I don't got to hire a clapboard guy. I'm an indie filmmaker. Like, I don't got to hire that guy. That's one less guy. So I just, interview scene, take 1. Action. 2. Action. I found myself shooting faster. People don't know what goes on behind the camera. But the answer to your question is, it's a lot longer and a lot more tedious and a lot more planned out. Gotcha. But it does. I think I was ready for it.
I think
because there's people that just jump into things. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm just gonna go make a TV series. I'm like, okay, but just as long as you don't expect it to be great, because you never picked up a camera in your life, never done anything,
right?
Never acted. I think we have to fail a lot.
I think so too.
It's the best teacher.
I totally agree with you. And then have the fortitude to get back up and keep living your dream or chasing your dream.
Yeah.
So, do you know where we will be able to see after?
Start praying.
Start praying. Okay. So
I have a
come on, PureFlix.
I will say this: I do have a built-in distribution deal with the Cristianos.
Okay.
It could go out to every single AVOD channel and every on YouTube or Amazon and all that, But to get the subscription models that everybody wants to be on, the Hulu's, the Peacocks, the Disney Plus, whatever it is, those are the big dogs. To get on there is really hard. If you don't know this as a filmmaker, I'm gonna newsflash. Like, if you planned a movie and you think you're going to Netflix, 9 times out of 10, if you don't know anybody that works there or have a major star, and I mean a major that costs like $100,000 a day, like, you're not gonna get on. It's not easy to get on Netflix. Now, granted, they are buying up stuff, but if you look at the stuff on Netflix, it's on, you've got a lot of foreign films now they're bringing in, which I think is cool. German films. But even some of those, they got an audience.
Right.
It's all about your audience. Like, they have a book that was made first before it was a movie. We're building our audience, is what I'm trying to say. So I want to be on those channels because I want the word and the gospel to get out to anybody on those channels. But so be praying about that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We want to get there, and we're gonna fight tooth and nail from here on out as we're editing right now, to build our audience and get to that point where they want you, because they want to make money on you. That's the way. Yeah, but they don't know that. Trust me, people don't know this stuff.
Oh no. Well,
they think that I might get lucky. Like, no, you won't get lucky. I know this. I'm gonna, since you've asked me a lot of questions, I'll just be open and honest. I've talked to the Daily Wire, some big guys there, the guys that made their first films and stuff, the Bonfire Legend films. I've talked to those guys. I got their phone number. Okay, I've talked to the PureFlix. I've talked to Angel Studios. I've talked to Millennium Films, Eclectic Pictures. I've been to the tables, top tables, and I don't know any of them personally, and I'm still not in the doors. And I still don't have the big budgets. I don't have any of that stuff. But I've talked to them, and I've talked to sales agents. I heard Martin Kove made a movie. You know who that is? The guy in Karate Kid played the bad guy? The older guy?
Yeah.
He made a movie. I think it was a romance movie. Don't quote me on that. I think it was a romance movie. His son was in it, and he couldn't get distribution. For like 6 years or something like that. Something crazy. He was trying to get distribution, and fact check me on that. It's somewhere in that story with Martin Kove. It's just not easy to get on there because they don't want to take a risk on something that nobody knows anything about and throw it out there and be like, hey, you guys want to watch it? Even though I think after would kill it. But they want to go, oh, you've done all the hard work? Okay, we'll make money on you now. That's how it works. Yeah. If you think this is a new thing, it's not a new thing. Nobody knew Arnold Schwarzenegger until he did Terminator. Somebody took a risk on him, and now everybody wanted a buff guy in their movie.
Well, Sylvester Stallone.
Same thing.
He could not get in the door. He was turned down for everything. Every person he spoke to, turned down. Said, no. You just don't fit the mold, whatever that mold is. I love his story, man. You know who helped him?
Winkler.
Henry Winkler.
Saw
him sitting out in front of the studio, downcast, and Henry was going in to the studio to market something. And Henry stopped and looked at Sylvester.
Well, they were friends. I don't know if you knew that.
No, but this is before they became. This is how they became friends.
I got you.
And they have been tight ever since. But yeah, Henry Winkler went into the studio that day and said, "Take a chance on this guy."
And he got him into all these like thug roles and stuff.
Got him in.
And that.
But Christopher Reeves and Robin Williams were best friends. They went to college together. They were roommates at college together.
There you go.
And Robin Williams actually paid for a lot of Christopher Reeves' medical.
I didn't know that either.
And so it's who you know.
Yeah.
basically is what I'm getting at in these long roundabout stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tina, and if you don't know him,
Well, it is. It's who you know, or having something extremely original, which is hard today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in taking risks, and doing something crazy, because everybody that you've seen successful in life, they did those things. If you're talking about Steve Jobs, everybody thought he was crazy. Who was going to have a computer in their house?
yeah,
Now we all have phones, right? Like, with computers on them, you know, like Steve Jobs. I watched another movie called Air. It's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
It's a true story about Michael Jordan and his tennis shoe.
Mm-hmm.
There would be no Michael Jordan tennis shoe at Nike if that guy that played by Matt Damon took a risk and did something. That's what I would say. Take a risk or break rules, because it's happened. He drove to North Carolina. Wasn't supposed to do that. Broke protocol. Talked to the mom of Michael Jordan. Influenced them enough to get that meeting, to sell him in the over Nike or over Adidas and over Converse. Thus, there you go. Like, somebody either has to take a risk or break a rule.
You have to put yourself out there. So you are a very interesting fellow. You've had a very interesting life. You've been a garbage man, a security guard. And now you have found your love, besides Angie, which she's precious, his wife.
You got a lens cap on that? Oh. Okay. Sorry. I'm a nerd now on the gear. So cool
no, we're
gear,
not.
that's all it was.
We're just using this one.
Cool.
But anyway, you've found your niche. You enjoy what you're doing. Yeah. You feel like you're in your lane. What comes after?
I don't know. As far as what kind of project I'm going to do, I don't know yet, because my heart is on after right now.
Okay.
And I actually have thought about it. I've you spend late nights and you're watching movies or whatever, and you're going, oh, what else can I make? I've brainstormed, but
After's your life right now.
Truth being told, I want to make it a few more seasons on After if I can.
And we want Sheila. We want Sheila from episode 1 and 2
to return. Gotta watch, see what happens.
On season 2.
Gotta watch, see what happens.
I need the pressure from y'all too.
Oh, there's no pressure.
You don't care.
I like the character. No, I told you.
No.
I like your character.
Well, good. Is there? I'm glad he likes my character. I like my character.
Well, I like you too. You're special.
Well, you are too, and I am so honored that you came in today.
I appreciate this.
And
this is great.
Finally, we got to do this.
And can I at least say, like, guys, I'm sorry if I got a little too bold, and I'm really, really honest about things that happen. But I don't get a chance to do this, so Kelly's awesome for letting me kind of talk about myself. I don't do that much. I really try to shine a light on you guys and everybody else.
And he does. If y'all don't know, please go to his YouTube, Actors on After.
Please.
He did interviews with all of the characters.
Yep.
And really made all of us feel very, very special and very wanted and very
it's true, though.
Much a part of the After family. And it is a family. And
it is.
We just had to turn the tables and let Andrew be Andrew today, and
that was cool. And this was her idea. This wasn't me like, hey, I need you to
wasn't
me.
I made
5 months now. You're like, hey,
yeah.
After we filmed last, you're like, you gotta.
We did.
Come out. I said, well,
it's all my fault.
I appreciate that, though. It means a lot.
Well,
somebody cared enough to ask how my story was.
Well, your story is very interesting, and I thank you for sharing with me and with everyone. You're
you got it.
A great guy. God bless you.
You're a great gal. All right. God bless you.
And thank you for being here today on Actors on After. And y'all, he's on episode 6.5 of editing. We only have 2.5 more episodes till the editing is all done. And let me tell you, as somebody who was in this, I am so excited and I'm excited for you to see
You
what
should be
happens to
excited.
me.
It's good.
It is good. All right. Love y'all. Mwah.
Thank you.
Bye.